Hey, welcome back to the Signature Movement. It's your girl, Tanya D. Floyd. I'm out here in these streets. I'm not at my spot, but I am at the store. I had intended to talk to you while I was driving here. I got my brew. But my daughter called me with some personnel type questions, and I had to go back and put my union hat on and tell her how to address a situation and track a pattern of behavior that one can show when needed. But anyway, I miss those days a little bit. I don't miss the people. I don't miss the chapter president, but I miss my job. I really liked that job. I was the chief steward for the national chapter of the IRS NTEU, National Treasury Employees Union. Yeah, that was a good spot for me. I didn't get paid for it. I mean, I got my regular paycheck, which was little, because, I was technically how it works. Forget about that. That was in the past. Yeah, they almost had me. But anyway, yeah, I didn't get paid for like that job. I got paid for my job, which was crappy. So I didn't get compensated for all the wonderful things that I was doing. But I did learn a lot that I can use in everyday life, in conflict resolution, in behavioral assessments of people, and it's good stuff. Sticks with me forever. It's not like algebra, although I'm pretty sure I can find a use for algebra in my real life too. But anyway, scratch that. So yeah, I wanted to come and tell you all about a couple of things that came up in business this week, and I just dropped off my complaints to the school board about them not following my son's IEP again. It's funny, when I looked at the one from last year, it was almost to the day. I filed it on March 22nd last year. And today I'm filing the second one. But again, it's union behavior, tracking a pattern of behavior so you can show it when time comes. Plus, I've realized on that website that I was, they keep records and they do reports every year about how many, what the results were, and, things like that. So if you ever have to file a complaint against somebody, check their reports and see like what the patterns are and what the buzzwords are, so you can, cater your complaint to, you know what I'm saying. It all comes out and it all adds up. Like, I remember years ago, here we go back to the feds. What is up with the feds today? Years ago, we couldn't telework because we were admins. And I was one of the people who filed a grievance every single year to say I should be able to telework. Ain't no good reason why I can't. I got the same laptop everybody else got. I was in a building in Maryland when my whole staff was all around the country. So why couldn't I telework down the street at my house versus up the street at my desk? Didn't make no sense. It didn't. But eventually, everybody started teleworking more and more. And then we could do frequent telework. It used to be just, you could work maybe 1 or 2 days. But then, you had to do like at least 8 hours in the office per week or something. But all of that took time, and it was a layering process because many people filed the complaints and many people asked for that result. And then, when the papers stack up and the reports start showing trends that you biased against a certain group of people, guess what? Things start to change a little bit if the right people are watching and you want to impress them, or if you don't want to piss them off. That's how the government works. But yeah, I was talking to her about some personnel stuff. And in business, here we go with the trends and the patterns and the behaviors and things. So, what was I even talking about business? I don't know. But, yeah, I filed my complaint. So that's how that union thing came back up. I came in here really to talk about how to use your cash. So I got a project I'm getting ready to work on. I got a feeling that lady gonna give me some cash. What do I do with the cash? Promptly and immediately, I deposit it into my business account. Why? Not because I don't have things that I need to buy for the project, but because I need to show a pattern of income, of revenue going into my business account. Because if I'm ever going to ask somebody for some credit or some money, they need to see that I'm making money. So what I'm going to do is put the money in my account. And even though I got to go buy stuff, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to use my debit card and spend the money that I just put in my account. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my credit card. Y'all remember that commercial when they was like, we bought them motorcycles. They was expensive and they was fast. Because them wasn't our credit cards. But anyway. I love that commercial. The fraud commercial. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to take my credit card and I'm going to rack up some points for spending these coins on some things. And then I'm going to use that money in my account and I'm going to pay, through my checking account or whatever. Or, no, that's it. I'm going to just pay the card with my checking account. And that's how, you keep the cycle going. You can spend the money. They don't look at how much money you spending per se. They looking at how much money you making. Because if you making money, you got to spend it to keep making it. It's just how it works. So yeah, anybody pay you in cash, promptly deposit it into your account. And frequently make weekly deposits if you can. Just put something, in there. And look, this business thing ain't no joke. I got juggling going on in my head because I got the two business accounts, and I got to show deposits in each one. And then I have my personal account. And if I'm going to show that I have income, even though technically my business don't make enough to pay me for what I do, but I have to make sure my personal checking account gets income so I can say I, as a person, have income that I can show when I go try to buy a car or something. I got some other ideas about how to do it in my business name, but that's a process too. It's going to take me some time. But anyway, yeah, I got to make sure I got some deposits going in some places consistently so that I can show that, give me this money. Could you please? Like that. So yeah, use your credit card, get all the points that you can get for using it, and then use the points to pay down your balance or to get free stuff. Don't use the cash. Don't use your debit card. And this ain't just for business. This is just in life, how you just try to find ways to win. Don't keep throwing the money away or giving it away for free. Money should make money. I really believe that. Money should make money. It can't just sit there not doing nothing. You ain't on a team if you just sitting there not doing nothing. It's gotta, multiply itself for it to be effective, for it to be worth anything. So yeah, there's that. And then I wanted to tell you something else about business that I've been doing. Oh, about this credit thing. So I was trying to get some business credit accounts. It was tough. It ain't like all the videos and all of the gurus and all the people that charge you all this money for their seminars and webinars tell you. It ain't nothing like that. I wrote a guide on how to start a business, and it's a chapter. Well, it's not a book or nothing. It's a 7-page document, something like that. And there's tips on how to do each step and where to go and find information and all these things. But one of the parts that I just recently updated was about the business credit, because it used to be you could have bad personal credit and still get business credit, but that don't make no sense, not now. It used to be that you start with all these vendor accounts and the net 30, It ain't that easy. You can't even go get a net 30 easy no more. You call the company, place the order, they want you to pay for it, and they may want you to put in a certain amount of money for a certain amount of orders before they let you have the net 30. I ain't got time for none of that. So what I did was I went and applied for, I did not want the inquiries on my credit profile. But let me tell you, I had a real tight credit profile, right? Tight, like I had the car, the mortgage, a credit card, and student loans. I didn't believe I should have a bunch of that, right? However, that is my friend. Let me explain. It's not the actual debt, racking the number up so that I can have, I'm in the hole. That's not what I mean. But using my cards gets me credit limit increases. It gets me credit age, because the longer the account is open, the longer your credit history is, and that looks good for you, right? Then when you get credit limit increases, it helps with your utilization, because if you have a $5,000 credit limit or a total of limit on 4 or 5 cards, whatever, if your total credit availability is $5,000 and you use $1,000 of that, you're using 20% of your credit available, credit, right? So your utilization is going to be like, you at 20%, that's a little high. They want you to be at, okay, everybody tells you to be at 30%. That ain't cool. 30%, your number's going to look like, yeah, I know. Not bad, but not good. So if you get it down to like 10% or less, then you get points. Them joints going ching ching ching. They're gonna go up because they like to see that you manage your credit availability responsibly, and that you don't really need the money. You're just using it as a tool, right? It's credit, it's yours. Of course you need it, right? But no, you got to use it as a tool. You got to be responsible with it. So anyway, I had that little bit of profile. I ain't want nobody checking my credit because I ain't want my numbers to go down. I ain't want nobody checking my credit and telling me no, because I ain't want that to look bad. But I was wrong, especially in business. What I needed was what I actually end up doing. So I had that skinny little profile, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to just get another card, see how much they give me. Got another card. Actually, you know what I did? Something nobody ever tells you to do. I got a fingerhut account. They kept sending the book to my house for years. They've been sending the book. I ain't never did nothing with it. One day I picked up the book. I looked at it. I was like, we'll give you $700 to start with. And it's like, everything in there way too expensive, right? But I went to the clearance section, bought some towels and washcloths, maybe some sheets. I spent maybe $200. Then it says, if you make your first 3 payments on time, we'll give you an increase. I was like, okay, let's see. So I used the fingerhut card, paid the $200, like $50 here. The next month I paid $50. And then the next month I paid $100. So paid it off, right? I didn't worry about the interest rate because I knew I was going to pay it off in 3 months. So after I made my 3rd payment, they doubled my limit to $1,400. I was like, okay, this is useful. Why? Not because I need $1,400 worth of fingerhut crap, but because I need $1,400 on my credit report to add to the other credit card limit that I had. So now my availability is up here, and every time I use a little bit for something that I really need, it ain't gonna hurt my score. So that's the game I played. So I did that a few times actually, and this is not really advisable to like open a bunch of accounts at one time. But again, I'm running a business, and they wouldn't give me business credit because I didn't know. My credit profile was thin. They didn't want to mess with me, so they kept telling me no. And everything wants a personal guarantee. Not everything literally, but pretty much everything. Everywhere you apply, they want to know, put in your personal information so they can check your personal credit. Well, you don't like it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Try and run a business here. So I applied for whatever I needed. Like, in my line of work, I need lumber. I need building supplies. I need decor. I need sheets and towels and linens and things. I need appliances. I need a whole bunch of different kinds of things for the home and the personal use. So I got a bunch of different cards, personal cards, and I don't know if this helped me or not, but I'm pretty sure it did. I applied in November. I opened a few accounts in November. Maybe because Black Friday was coming. Maybe because Christmas was coming. They was like, okay, here go a couple of $1,000s for this and that and this and that. So I opened these accounts, and then I was like, oh, shoot, if I use them, my utilization going to go in the toilet because I'm going to have most of my available credit used while I'm working on this project till I get another check and pay all this stuff off, and that's how the cycle went. So back in January, I went back down to like maybe 7% utilization because I paid everything pretty much down. And then I got some pre-approvals in the mail. Dell wanted to give me money. Well, I don't really buy Dell computers that much, but okay, give me the money. So I let them give me an account too. And then somebody else wanted to give me an account, so I let them give me an account too. But since I was building credit, and this was like 21 years after I first opened my first student loan account, it's okay. So I took the hit on on the inquiries so that my utilization would be better because I have higher limits, right? And even though I'm using my credit consistently, I'm still paying it. So they like me and they keep raising my limit. So all of that helps me in the utilization department. But anyway, back to the whole thing. So what my point was, use the credit, pay it back, pay it down, pay it responsibly, and they like you and they give you more money, and you don't have to use it, but it looks great on your report when you have all this available credit that you can use, and they want you to use it, but they want you to use it a little bit, and they don't want you to use it all. They never want you to use it all because that's real bad. Your number's going to drop so low, you're going to be depressed. So get the numbers up, use it, pay it in a cycle continuously. They keep giving you more. Sometimes you got to ask them though. I was, what was I? Lumber Liquidators. I was buying floors for one of my jobs. And I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, they call LL Flooring now. I needed more money. So after some months of using it and paying it, I said, you know what? I need a line increase. And they said, how much you want? And I was like, double it. And they said, okay. So they doubled it. But here's where my business credit tip comes in. I could not, for some reason, get the people to give me the business credit card. Maybe because my checking account is kind of new for that account. So I got it in like October. Maybe I need more time, more deposits. I don't know what the issue is, but they weren't giving it to me. So what I did was I went to some of the people that I have personal credit cards with, and I applied for my business with them, and they gave me all the cards, and they gave me higher limits than I have on my personal cards, on all the cards. Yeah, my inquiries is ridiculous right now. However, as my girl Shonda, the credit expert, always says, forget them inquiries. Especially when you're building credit, forget it. They only like 55 points out of your whole score. So if I was going to have an 850, I might be a 795 instead, and I could still live with that. I ain't that, but I'm good. So even without the 55 points, assuming that I used all my 55 points, getting all these inquiries, opening all these accounts, you know how many thousands of dollars I have available so I can use for my business? I think it's a win-win. I'm going to just let it be. And meanwhile, I'm going to take all the cash I get, I'm going to deposit into one or three of these accounts, and I'm going to have a nice pattern of revenue flowing. You see what I'm saying? So it's a game. It's a struggle. It's a job. It's a chore. It's a whole lot of different things. But you know that you heard that sound. If you've been on Facebook or Instagram, you've seen the reels where they always say, I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I wanted to start my own business. Now I work 24 hours. Just pretty much like that. Mind always going. So much going on in this mind. But yeah, I just wanted to give you those tips. Use your credit responsibly. Don't worry about the inquiries if you're trying to build credit. But don't just go out here and apply for a bunch of crap just so you can have it either, because you're going to spend it. Don't do that. You're not doing it for that. You're doing it for the business and its reputation. And the more you get business credit, the higher your limits will be, the higher your spending of, potential will be for your business. And it's always money got to make money. So use it for that. If you don't have a business, think about it. What do you do consistently, happily, joyfully that you can share with other people and call it a business and help them do the same thing? Can you start a channel and teach people how to do something that you do? That could be a business. You can't write off a whole lot of deductions for things that you do, like repairs to your house or any of that, unless you have a home-based business. There's certain benefits to having a home-based business. Don't go out here and lie and say you got one if you ain't. But I'm just saying, think it all through. What we out here just doing? What are we doing? What's the point? What is the purpose? Do something that makes sense. And that multiplies your, ability to do more, if that makes any sense. I'm just saying, who just go to work and come home and that's it? Somebody always can control your life? Nah, man. I ain't got time. Go to work, come home, get a paycheck where they took out some taxes. And then after 26 or 52 of them, you go at the end of the year and file your taxes, and they take a bigger chunk because they ain't taking enough the first time or the first 26 or 52 times. Really? You okay with that? I'm just saying. Is there anything you can do? Just anything? Think about it. Pray on it. And go get that. Start your business. If you already know you're going to start a business, get my guide, please. MakeSignatureMoves.com and go to the shop. You can find it right there. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand. They take the taxes out. They don't take enough. At the end of the year, they take a big check from you. And you keep doing that every year? You don't want none of it back? None of it. Seriously? I can't judge you, but I always say the IRS got everything they need. They don't need my money. Nah.